Of all the names we give to problem areas, the ones for flabby or sagging arms, they may be the worst. It's always bothered me to refer to them as bat wings, but that's a term everyone can identify with, so bat wings it is. Now let's get this straight at the outset. Bat wings are not women's fault at all, because they're the result of natural biological changes that come with aging and menopause. Over the years, women in their 40s and older have come to us at our med spas for help, and they're all conveying the same basic story. Their bodies are changing, and they don't understand it because they're living the same way they always have, eating and exercising as always. Well, it's aging and menopause, which will affect us all eventually. Now, even though there's a lot of bad changes associated with aging and menopause, in our experience, the most troublesome are the ones associated with body shape, body size, and tone. Enough downers, guys. We have a good ending to this batwing story. Women don't have to live with them. As body contouring professionals, we have the perfect weapons to eliminate batwings. And that's our technologies, two in particular, RF and cavitation. And in today's episode, we're going to detail just how to use them for batwings. So stay tuned.
You're listening to the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast, where you'll learn simple, actionable strategies from real-world, successful body contouring professionals to help you generate more revenue, realize the profits you want, and create the life you desire. Hi, I'm Shannon.
And I'm Kay.
And we're your hosts of the Proven Profits podcast.
Hi there, healthcare professionals, business owners, body contouring technicians, and beauty professionals. Welcome, everyone. Kay here. Shannon and I want to thank you for being here too. Bat wings, flabby, saggy, jiggly arms. You know the names. Upper arms cause immense distress for women at midlife and menopause. And it's not due to a bad lifestyle. It's due to biological factors that cause 1, a shift in the body's natural fat distribution, 2, a loss of skin elasticity, and 3, either a gain of fat or a loss of fat in the upper arms, which is determined by genetics. Now, diet and strength training, that can definitely help. But to really get rid of bat wings and firm and shape those upper arms, you need to incorporate non-surgical body contouring technology. Now, though there are several technologies that aid and assist in improving this condition, which we'll discuss in future episodes, our focus in this episode is on the 2 heavy hitters. First, the gold standard for skin tightening, radiofrequency RF, and for those women who have unwanted arm fat, who are in need of fat reduction as well, ultrasound fat cavitation. Now, throughout our 20 years or so of owning and operating med spas, upper arms have been at the top of the list of problem areas, second only to the abdomen. We've helped hundreds of women get rid of bat wings as patients in our med spa, and we've also helped many other women get rid of bat wings as our patients who follow our at-home treatment plans. Now, here's what we're going to be covering today. You can stay tuned to hear, first of all, how aging and the menopausal changes produce flabby upper arms. We'll talk about the shift in the natural fat distribution, the loss of skin elasticity, and either the gain or the loss of fat in the upper arms. Then we'll move on to talk about remedies, how radiofrequency RF tightens saggy upper arms. And we talk about how to use it to get rid of bat wings, and then we'll discuss briefly the best machine to use. We'll move on to fat reduction in the upper arms and talk about how ultrasound fat cavitation can reduce that upper arm fat, how to use it to get rid of bat wings, and again briefly about the best machine to use to do it. So let's dive in, starting with how it is that aging and menopausal changes produce those flabby upper arms that we lovingly refer to as bat wings. So there's changes in body shape, there's changes in body tone, and there's changes in body size that happen around the age of 40. Now in our med spas, women aged 40 and up, they've come to us for help, all conveying that same story we talked about. Their bodies are changing and they don't get it. They haven't changed anything. So what is going on? Well, for women in this age group, it is highly likely it's a transition into the menopause process coupled with that normal aging process. And though there are numerous changes associated with the aging process and menopausal process, like hot flashes, trouble sleeping, wrinkles, etc., the most troubling to us, anyway, seem to be the changes in body shape, tone, and size. And though the belly concern remains a top concern, number one, it has always been and continues to be followed closely by those upper arms. So there is a biological shift that happens due to menopause mainly, but the aging process contributes. And what it does is the natural fat distribution changes. It's due to biology. There's decreasing hormones. There's muscle mass decline, poor sleep, and slowed metabolism. They all contribute. They're all terrible, right? But it's the declining levels of estrogen and progesterone that play the biggest role in that fat distribution problem. The lower estrogen and progesterone prompt the body to send excess fat instead of how it used to do, sending it to the hips, the thighs, the buttocks, our hourglass figure. Well, instead, we have a round figure because it's directing fat deposits to the abdomen, and in some women, I would say probably in our practice 50% of the women with bat wing issues also have that extra fat laid down in the upper arms. Then you combine that with the loss of skin elasticity during the menopause process. It's that other metabolic change that's caused by that declining estrogen and progesterone level. And as estrogen levels decline, well, so do the levels of collagen and elastin. And of course, this results in a loss of skin elasticity that leads to clinical signs of sagging, wrinkling, and skin thinning. And then you have either a loss of upper arm fat or a gain of upper arm fat. And if it's a gain of upper arm fat, women are sensitive about that extra fat. And if it's a loss, it's bad because it only exaggerates that hanging appearance. So it comes back to those declining hormone levels, guys. And both those scenarios present problems. Those who gain the fat want to lose it, and those who are left with that depleted volume in their upper arms, well, they're really sensitive about the fact that compounds the flabby appearance. Okay, so now that you understand the roots of the problem, let's focus on the technologies to correct them, starting with how radiofrequency RF technology tightens flabby upper arms. Now remember, it's due to the declining production of collagen and elastin that causes the skin laxity, which is really the root cause of the appearance of bat wings. Radio frequency RF technology is the gold standard for the treatment of loose skin, and it's also the remedy to tighten that skin in the upper arms. Radio frequency RF technology utilizes wavelengths of heat energy that produces a specific measure of heating to the skin. And when it's that controlled heating prompts the body to produce new and improved collagen and new and improved elastin cells. RF technology is renowned for its ability to stimulate collagen and stimulate elastin production and tighten the skin. It markedly improves the appearance of sagging upper arms. So how are you going to use it? Well, depending on the severity of upper arm laxity, as with all our protocols, the severity of the issue, you're going to start with a series of 8 to 10 treatments. And it's a little higher number of treatments than what we usually recommend, and that's because of the woman's age and all the compounding conditions. It's going to be more resistant to treat, and it's going to take more treatments to see that improvement that the woman wants. You're going to perform once weekly, 1 or 2 times a week. Now, if it's 2 times a week, that's okay, as long as your treatments are spaced 72 hours apart or longer. Now, each treatment is going to give you subtle improvement, and then each consecutive treatment is going to build upon the progress of the previous treatment. And it's safe to continue treating until you've achieved desired results. I mean, there is no maximum or over the amount you shouldn't go. But it's also okay to stop and restart treatments at a later date, because sometimes people have things going on in their lives and they need to take a break and then just come on back and resume, and that's okay. Now, after completing your series, you're going to want to retreat every 3 months or so as needed, and again, this is going to depend on your patient. And why is that? Because all those changes we talked about in the menopause process and the aging process, well, they're not going to go away. So you'll need to continue stimulating the production of collagen and elastin and helping that body and reminding that body to do that. Now, a pro tip, and this is a biggie, for those women who do not have excess arm fat, radio frequency skin tightening using that protocol is all you need. And in the next treatment that we're going to discuss, we're going to show you how to combine RF with ultrasound fat cavitation to produce amazing results for women who are suffering from both that flaccid upper arm skin and excess upper arm fat. But let's kind of move to radio frequency machines before we do that. Now, if you don't have one, when you start looking for an RF machine, you'll find there's literally hundreds of machines that deliver radio frequency energy to tighten skin. So, as always, we're trying to make it easier for you, and so we actually have a recommended machine. It's a machine like the ones we've used in our medical spa for years, and we put the link to it in today's show notes. So if you want to, you can take a look. Now let's move on to ultrasound fat cavitation and discuss how ultrasound fat cavitation reduces upper arm fat. Now, you've just learned that declining hormone levels during menopause, compounded by the aging process, lead to really bad alterations in metabolism, one of which is redistributing fat deposits. And as we discussed, for some women, fat is deployed to those upper arms. So the remedy for that is ultrasound fat cavitation, the non-invasive fat reduction technology that is perfectly suited to get rid of that unwanted fat in the upper arms. Now remember, ultrasound fat cavitation, you can hear it referred to as cavitation, fat cavitation, or ultrasonic cavitation. It's all the same. It's a non-invasive technology that uses high-frequency ultrasound waves that target and destroy unwanted fat cells. And that's why it's also often referred to as the non-surgical alternative to liposuction. Now, how are you going to use ultrasound fat cavitation to help get rid of those bat wings? And before we get started, we have a pro tip. Skin tightening using radiofrequency is included as a component of our cavitation treatment protocol. And that's why the ultrasound fat cavitation treatment protocol is perfectly suited for those women who suffer from bat wings, which are made up of both loose upper arm skin and excess upper arm fat. So what you're going to do, and once again, this protocol is just like the RF as far as starting with a higher number of treatments. Remember, the patients you're dealing with, the conditions and issues that are going on in their body are going to require more treatments. So you're going to start with a series of 8 to 10 treatments. Treat 1 to 2 times a week, just like with RF. And again, just like with RF, you need to space your treatments greater than 72 hours apart if your patient and you want to do these treatments twice a week. And just like RF, each treatment's going to yield improvement in both fat reduction and skin firming, and each treatment is going to build upon the progress of the prior treatments. It's also safe to continue treating until you've achieved desired results. If it takes you 3 or 4 months, that's okay. It's safe. But it's also okay to stop and restart treatments at a later date. Now, after completing the series, just like with RF, you're going to need to retreat every 3 months or so as needed. This is going to depend on the patient and her needs. Because you're going to continue, you need to continue stimulating the production of collagen and elastin and eliminating any new fat cells that have been directed to that area. What about a machine? Well, the best machine for using ultrasound fat cavitation to get rid of bat wings is one that we're going to give you really good news about. It contains both radiofrequency and cavitation in that one platform machine. And we love this machine. We talk about it a lot. It's the 6-in-1 cavitation machine. And that's a multi-technology platform that houses both of these technologies. And just like with RF, guys, when you go to start looking for these machines, you will find there are literally hundreds of multi-technology platform machines like the 6-in-1 to choose from. But as always, we want to save you time, and so we're leaving a link to a machine like the ones we've used in our med spa for years. So we feel very comfortable recommending them. You can find that link in our show notes. Now, what about those of you who still need your education, your protocols, and your certification in either one of these technologies? Well, here's how you can earn it. You can get certified in both of these technologies in our 6-in-1 Masterclass. We've developed our courses and our protocols using our experience of over 20 years. The RF and cavitation protocols that you're going to learn in our courses are the protocols that we still use in the med spas today. Now, we left a link to our tightening plus fat reduction certification course. Remember that 6-in-1 Masterclass. It's going to give you the course details. So if you're curious, if you're interested, whichever it is, you can find that link in today's show notes. So, you can get rid of bat wings, guys. So let's quickly summarize what we've talked about today. Remember, bat wings are not a woman's fault. They're the result of natural biological changes that come with aging and menopause. So share that information with these women. They are already so distraught and frustrated. It does make them feel better. And also, just because bat wings are common doesn't mean women have to live with them. With the power of radiofrequency RF and ultrasound cavitation, you can smooth, tighten, and tone the arms, whether you're treating a new patient or a patient that you've been seeing for years. So, boost your results and your revenue by starting these treatments, getting certified in our 6-in-1 Masterclass, and grabbing one of the machines we recommend so you can start transforming the lives of your patients today. Bat wings may come with aging and menopause, but with the right tools and your sound guidance, women can achieve smooth, sculpted arms and confidently bear them again. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Until next time, beautiful wishes.
Are you ready to expand your business, boost your income, and enhance patient care and satisfaction effortlessly? Our game-changing online courses pave the way for seamless service expansion, all without a huge investment, endless research, or risky endeavors. Our courses provide comprehensive insights into cutting-edge technologies, step-by-step treatment protocols, downloadable resources, and more. After completing each course, you'll have the knowledge to deliver desired results and generate maximum revenue. Visit bodycontouringacademy.com, click on certification courses from the menu, and discover the courses that can transform your business today.